My kids are 5 and 7 years old. They are half Korean and they do not know how to speak any Korean at all. And I always knew it's something I wanted them to learn because I grew up understanding English and Korean. I speak fluently with my parents, and I can watch Korean dramas and understand pretty much all of it. But it became really apparent that I needed to do something when we visited Korea this past year. My kids kept saying, I don't understand what's going on, and they would get frustrated. And so my search began to see what we could do. And growing up, I went to Korean school, I don't know, from first grade to maybe seventh grade, every Saturday from 9 a.m. To 12 p.m. And I absolutely hated it. I hated waking up on Saturdays to go when all my friends were doing brownies or soccer or basketball or something else. I didn't want to do that anymore. And I also fought every week with my parents because I didn't want to do the homework. And because of this, I really didn't want to send my own kids to Korean school when I already knew that it's something I myself really, really hated. So I went on to YouTube to see what I could find to teach my kids. But at this age, there's really nothing available for them because the videos are in full Korean and they don't understand any of it, which means they'll only pay attention to it about 2, 3 minutes before they start whining that they don't want to watch it anymore. Or the videos are tailored towards adults who can fully read perfect English, they know how to pronounce everything, they can write their ABCs, but one of my kids can't even write all their ABCs yet, so it doesn't really quite work out for them. If I consider doing online Korean classes like Outschool, I still have to adhere to a specific schedule. And I wasn't quite ready to do that because I'm still a working mom. I'm not really available 8 to 5, and a lot of these classes were only available during my working hours. So I felt like I didn't really have many options. And that's when I decided to kind of see what I can do as a mom at home. So we wanted to do kind of relaxed play. I see a lot of these videos my kids watch on YouTube. They pay attention to dolls and toys and having pretend play. So that's kind of my philosophy. I use the toys we have at home, and I wanted to start with learning basic Korean vocabulary and phrases. And I started with phrases and vocabulary they learn in English as babies. So facial features, colors, and things I would tell my kid when they're a baby, like where is it? What color is it? How many do I have? Things like that. Very basic phrases that I know they learn as a toddler to begin with when it comes to English. So that's kind of my philosophy. I'm not in a place where I want to teach my kids the Korean alphabet and how to write it from the get-go. I really think that's not relevant for my generation to teach my kids' generation. I mean, my hope for them is they can have a conversation with my parents. They can understand what's going around them when they're in a setting full of Korean people at a restaurant or anything like that. I don't really know if they'll ever be able to fully read and write. I think reading is probably pretty easy because Korean is very phonetic, but writing, that's a challenge. So again, my goal is for them to be able to have conversations with Koreans pretty comfortably and, just be able to be aware of their culture and not be half Korean and not know any Korean at all. So if you're interested, if you're in the same situation, please subscribe and like our videos and share because it kind of encourages me to keep going. It's a personal goal I have for myself, but I can also see that it's something missing for a lot of other Korean parents and their children.